Hello and welcome to In the Clear, the only show that has gone 267 days without an on-the-job accident. I mean, 0 days, and now we have to fill out an OSHA violation form for wrongfully feeding fish on the job. Yeah, he really messed up feeding fish that bad.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry. Just clean it up and make sure we hold a proper funeral for Flipper 3. And please don't ask about Flippers 1, 2, or 2.5. Anyway, I'm your host, Tom Stark, and we have a great episode planned for you this week. We are on a hot streak of interviews, and this week Kiaras Workshop decided to stop by. And we're bringing back my actual favorite segment, Social Standards. So please sit back, grab a snack, and just let me do the talking. That's Kiara. She has an interesting hobby. She loves making Iron Man suits. As a Stark myself, I had to learn a little more about her and her process. Lucky for me, she sat down to talk to me about exactly that. And we just so happened to record it for all of you. Hi, Kiara.
Hey.
How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Very good. Thank you for being on the show.
No problem. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Wanted to ask you a bit about your work. You build Iron Man suits pretty regularly.
I do.
And it's through a 3D printer, I'm assuming, is your
Yeah, so the new suit I'm working on is 3D printing. I built like 3 suits before this all out of foam. So
Oh.
this is a new experience for me, but it's been an interesting process for sure.
So generally they're foam based. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I started with foam. I recently got into 3D printing because I saw like a lot of my friends were doing it, and so I was like, might as well try this out. I got a 3D printer for like smaller things, and then I guess I just kind of decided to make the plunge.
Yeah. Okay. And now I got to ask this as a Stark and Iron Man fan. Like, what got you into the Iron Man suit? What was the allure?
I think it started when I was an 8th grader, actually. I think it was Iron Man 3. I saw that when I was like in 8th grade, and I really just wanted the Mark 42 suit specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So I learned how to like solder and everything in 8th grade. I was taking engineering classes, and I was like, I need to do this. And I actually made like a really crappy like arc reactor. I still have it. It doesn't work, but it was like it's a cool like little memento kind of thing. And so senior year of high school, I was like, that was something I really wanted to do. Like, let's just do it. And so I started with foam, like I mentioned, and then recently decided to go back to the Mark 42 and like actually attempt it like properly this time. So yeah, I guess that was that.
Oh, that's actually really cool. Foam work, never personally have tried it. It seems like a relatively easy medium to work with, but it seems like there's like it's very forgiving in a way.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a lot of like experience with effects like that and making, like cosplays and props and
I mean, I would say yes, just because like I did this for a couple of years before 3D printing. So I've done multiple different like prop builds, but the only thing I've really done like fully out of foam were the Iron Man suits.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I'm decently experienced, but I need to branch out more. And I actually have a new build coming along right now. I'm not going to get too into detail because it's like spoiler territory, but making a big set of wings out of foam. So yeah, I have decent experience with foam, long story short.
And along this whole process, all the experiences you've had so far, what's been like your favorite part of the whole thing? Do you enjoy connecting with people? Do you enjoy the satisfaction from actually finishing your pieces? What's your...
Probably like getting to go to cons and like show it all off because I'm a very introverted person. It might not seem like it. I really don't know. But conventions like turn me into a different person. Like wearing an Iron Man suit at a convention, like I become like I want everybody to be taking pictures of me. Like I love pictures of people. I like meeting like people who have like similar interests. Like it's a great way for me to connect with other people and like make friends. And it's like how I've kind of built like a community on my Instagram. And I don't know, I think that's probably the best part because like I get constant feedback from people, and I actually made like pretty like good friends through conventions because of my Iron Man suits. So that's a big part of it.
Oh, sorry, it's my cat.
That's
Um, what was your favorite convention you've attended? Like, where do you think you had the most pull, the most fun?
definitely C2E2. I don't remember what that stands for, but it's in Chicago. It's McCormick Place. It's huge. There's a huge turnout. They have a Marvel booth with like actual people who work for Marvel that come there. There's like a Marvel costume contest. So I just kind of float around in like the main areas, and people get a kick out of it. And I've had the Marvel booth like actually remember me a few times. So it's like it's a super cool con. I actually got to go to C2E2 right before COVID hit. So like it was like a
Lucky.
week after C2E2, everything shut down, and I like just barely made it. But yeah, that's definitely the best con in my opinion.
See, that was a personal question because now I know I need to go to this con.
You gotta for sure.
I've done quite a few, but I've never even heard of that. So now I love finding out about new ones.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Adam Savage actually went there last time, so
Oh my God, I
yeah.
love Adam Savage
He
so
was walking
much.
around in a Cap's stealth suit, I think. And I was wearing my Mark 46 Iron Man suit, and I was hunting for him because I needed a picture of like, Adam
Yeah.
Savage Cap versus Iron Man. Like that would be so cool, but I never found him.
Aw.
Yeah.
If there were one video you've done, just one that you would have to tell people like, check this out if you want to see what I'm about,
Hmm.
what would that be?
There's a TikTok I just made like a few weeks ago. It got like 3.3 million views, and it was just basically talking about like the process so far of like modeling and like building the Mark 42 suit I've been making. And I feel like that shows off the most of what I can do, but it does leave some stuff out. But I was personally really proud of that video. And it's a good timeline of like the whole process and how I do things. So I think it shows off what I can do.
What would you say to like your entire community if there was something you could tell them like to keep up with or just some bit of advice you could give?
For like the builder community or
Yeah.
like people that follow me. I mean, I guess one would be like, thank you for following me. Thank you for like inspiring me to keep building, because like there's a lot of people in the community who like I'll see their stuff and I'll be like, dang, like I need to step up. I need to get to that level. So it's like it gives me that push to like keep going, because what a lot of people don't like realize about this is like it's super like mentally taxing, and like I get burnt out really fast. So there's a lot of people like pushing to like encourage me to keep going. So I guess it's a big thank you to everybody in the building community who like keep pushing me forward. And then people who like want to start, like just go for it, because like I get DMs all the time. They're like, oh, I want to be an engineer because like what you build is so cool. And like I'm an art student, like I'm dumb. Just go for it. Like I taught myself all from the internet. I bought like an ebook on how to wire up like LEDs and like taught myself from there. So like anybody who wants to get out there and do it, just do it. Like don't stop yourself from creating.
That was an awesome answer, actually.
Cool. I totally winged that.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
No,
for having me.
of course.
She was so interesting. See that, Joe? A new adjective. Anyways, she really was great to work with. Her links are all down below if you'd like to check out more of her stuff. It's pretty impressive, and above all else, it's totally cool. Head on over and check it on out after this and show her some love. So, on request, Joe wanted to do social standards this week for when you call into a call center, more specifically a bank call center. Also, we will not apologize for alliteration because most of our segments just coincidentally have that. Sorry, lost the train of thought for a second. So, a few things about when you call into a call center that you shouldn't do. Firstly, when the rep asks you to read something back slowly and you read it back at the exact same pace or faster. They ask you to go slowly because 1. Phone connections aren't perfect. 2. You might have an accent that's hard for them to understand. And 3. They need to type it in and aren't as good as you are on a keyboard. I know you're probably calling in because you forgot what you subscribed to. I don't know, some big corporation that leeches off people, like the xenomorphs from Alien. The second thing not to do when calling into a call center is not having a pen and paper on hand, or even just the notepad on your phone. Let's be real. You're probably waiting about 10 to 12 minutes, aggravated, just to get a hold of a representative, and you came in unprepared. This goes for all call centers, and the only person whose time you're wasting is your own. The guy or gal on the phone is still getting paid just to sit and think, knowing that their next 5 or 10 minutes is going to be you, fumbling around, yelling at the first pen that doesn't work. Because, let's be real, the first pen never works. And last but certainly not least, do not call in a loud environment and say that you can't hear the rep. Just because your phone decided to call in, whether you're at an amusement park with your crying toddler, maybe during a tornado warning with sirens going off in the background, or during your mariachi band rehearsal. So, just to recap, when you call in, speak slowly, be prepared, and call in a quiet place. It's not that wild of a request, and it'll just help you in the long run. It is once again time for our weekly poll. This week we bring you this: shakes or smoothies? I have a very strong opinion on this one. I love both, but I lean heavily towards one and I will never refuse it. Let us know on Twitter and we can see who's right and who has bad taste. And that's all we have for you this week. Thank you, please like, comment, and subscribe, tip your waitress, and have a great night. I'm Tom Stark, this was In the Clear, and we'll catch you next time.